Request to excuse?
She's not here at the moment. She might be en route. We're not sure.
All right, okay, Phil Breed, President. Rob Namowitz?
Yes, sir.
President. Stephen Heyer.
Yes, here.
Jose Alaga.
All right.
Not here. Matt Blau.
Here.
And John Elke.
Here.
All right. So we do have quorum.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Item D on our agenda tonight is approval of the agenda. Can I have a motion, please?
I motion to approve.
Support.
Very good. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. The agenda is approved. We have no carryover items, and that brings us to regular business. And the first regular business item is approval of our minutes from the April 24th meeting. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Support.
All right. Are there any questions or discussion on the minutes? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. The minutes are approved. Thank you. Item 2 is a discussion on a budget update. And I will turn it over to Mr. Elke to walk us through that.
Sure. So with you, you'll see the budget that we have currently for 24-25, also projections for 23-24 of how we're ending. We haven't gone through the audit process yet, so these numbers aren't finalized as far as what we're looking at with 23-24, but you can kind of see our activity through this time. July 1st, I believe is what I have there. But it's just a small update because our budget did start in July, so there's not too much activity yet to this point, but just a brief look at how we're looking at to this time. I'd be happy to answer any questions moving forward with this budget, but it's just in front of you if you have any questions or concerns.
Any questions?
I have a question. So the numbers in parentheses, like for example, group life, is that a reduction or an increase? I'm just checking.
Are you looking at the requested amount change?
It's like a 1,500 amount change and then requested percent. Yeah.
Yeah, so looking at it from our amended budget in 23-24 compared to the requested budget that we had for 24-25, there was a change of $1,500 that we reallocated from that budget line for the year.
So they're reductions, correct?
Yep, there was a reduction, I believe, in that should be salaries, I believe. Yeah, salaries. And that salaries cost is for our student interns, if I'm not mistaken. So the reason that we chose to dip that down from 35 is looking at it historically, we weren't getting close to that number from 3,500 annually. So we decided to reallocate some of those funds, especially with a few bigger projects coming up to help fund those projects this year. See how that works out for us this year at least.
Mr. Hayward, did you have a question?
Yes, I was going to ask regarding advertising budget. I spoke to John briefly before the meeting and talking about an advertising budget, but also understanding how the budgets work and actually the money would have to be diverted somewhere else. My only, suggestion would be to see some money being spent on advertisement, whether it just be Facebook. Of course, if you already follow the pages, you're going to see what your posts are. And as we have new people that move to the area, as we have maybe people passing through, because once you're in the township, and I have learned through at least advertising through Facebook, if you're in the township, you'll see that ad if you're on Facebook. So if you go to Pine Knob, whether you're skiing, whatever, you'll see an ad, and hopefully to drive more people to viewing what we're the programming that you have, the camps, whatever it may be. I know we do get advertising for the camps, I guess, through Parks and Rec, but an opportunity for your events to come up, like Halloween, the movies, and maybe any of your live broadcasts coming up. So that was just my suggestion, that there would be a budget line eventually for advertising.
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
we can definitely look into that and see how that kind of works out and where we can kind of fit that in with our budget and what kind of advertising that is. We do some advertising currently through the Chamber of Commerce, where we pay an annual fee to have a quarter-page ad. We do advertising with Parks and Rec, and I feel like there's a few other, the Clarkston News as well. We have a weekly standing ad with them too. So we do some advertising that might not be reflected in the budget.
Sure.
But we can certainly look into that a little bit closer to see how we can do that a little bit more.
It's because it's relatively inexpensive, like I told you earlier, to advertise on Facebook, and you also get Instagram along as well included in that price, which is very reasonable. So, I mean, as far as technology as we're going forward, an opportunity to promote the app that way as well. So, all right.
Sure.
That's
Thank
it.
you for the
Thank you.
suggestion. Look into that.
Thank you. Any other questions or discussion on the budget? Okay. Moving on, we come to the highlight of our meeting this evening. I don't know how Mr. Elke keeps outdoing himself and kicking it up a notch, but the expectations are high. I'm expecting pyrotechnics at the next update. Take it away whenever you're ready,
I always
Mr. Elke.
appreciate the bar being set very high, Steve. It's very, very nice. I appreciate it. No, I really appreciate this time, as I always say, to present a little bit of information as far as what our staff is doing. This quarterly report is going to be a little bit beefier than the last few, just because it's going to span out a few extra months, and we actually had a lot of busy stuff, or busy months happening from our last meeting in April. So I'll kind of get started, and we can kind of go from there. So looking at serving the community, the new lines from Comcast have been created, and they were tested on September 11th. So they are all set and ready to be used and transitioned off of the T1 lines, which is great. There is still a little bit that we have to do to make that transition happen. We've reached out to 2 separate companies to kind of come into our back room and help us kind of reconfigure things to make sure that everything is able to talk to everything at this point. We have a lot of new equipment back there from our streams and now these new Comcast lines to get off our T1 lines for AT&T. So we'll be kind of looking to do that, but everything, transitioned great. It is ready to go and happy to see that project kind of near its conclusion. Looking at the live side, we're able to broadcast live the Independence Day Parade from downtown Clarkston. We borrowed a hotspot from Orion Neighborhood Television. For my money, it was a successful broadcast. There was a small few hiccups with our stream to start off, but it kind of leveled off, and we were able to get rocking and rolling. So with every live broadcast, there's always some bumps in the road, but as this board knows, that downtown area is our bugaboo for whatever reason. We'll run into any sort of problem if we run into it, but I was very happy with the production. It was really, really nice. I'll have some more statistics on the live broadcast as well as how that did, and hopefully we can kind of use this method moving forward. So that was really nice to see. Online as well, we had 1,700 plus page views to independence-television.com from April to August. It's a 13% increase from our last meeting, but we've had a lot of traffic on our website, mostly due to the summer media camp for kids, I would say. I will say our Google rating right now is only at 2 stars with 1 review. There's nothing said, so if anybody on the board wouldn't mind helping us out with a few extra Google reviews, that'd be great. Just to kind of boost that up a little bit. So something that we're kind of keeping an eye on, but yeah. I'll move on to some of the fun stuff here. As we kind of talked about, the 2023 staff traveled to San Jose in June to accept our award from the Alliance for Community Media. As you see, I'm not going to read off the award because it's a mouthful, but it was very nice to be honored in this way with the staff. It was really, really great. Matt Legato, Matt Blow, and I attended the full conference. Went to many breakout sessions to kind of, get some great ideas for what a lot of different community media stations are doing across the country and locally too. You can see some pictures here. We tried to do a nice one up on the stage, but had the projector behind us. It was a really well worth conference for all of us to attend. Everyone was extremely proud to be there. I don't want to put too many words in everybody's mouth, but I was really happy that our staff got to go out and do that together. It was a team effort success, so I felt everybody needed to enjoy in the success that they helped create. So it was wonderful to get everybody out there. Like I said, we had a lot of nice breakout sessions and really took back a lot of great things. It was nice to kind of be out there and be recognized for this among a lot of great community media stations too. So I will say also, kind of piggybacking off of this, Independence Township did give us a proclamation celebrating this honor during the Board of Trustees meeting on June 4th. It was also written about at the Clarkston News, so we kind of got some extra publication for that award recognition as well. As you can kind of see, we've got 2 there. We got written up about our summer media camp as well, which I'll kind of touch up on here briefly. We had 15 campers join us for our 2024 Summer Media Camp. We had a wait list this year, which was great, that we did use. The wait list was 7 people. We had a total, you kind of see totals there, of $1,175 was raised, expenses totaling about $350 in supplies and $750 in staff. We made out with about $68. It doesn't seem like a lot, but we also did not touch the $2,000 that was allocated for camp. So camp is essentially funding itself at this point, if not getting a little bit profitable, which is not the reason that we do it, but it is kind of nice when you can kind of say that. I will say that the profit margins were probably a little bit less this year because we had more staff on site to help with the increased number of campers. We wanted to make sure that we had a number of adults that could kind of be with each kid, and that nobody was kind of overwhelmed, I guess. I will say 15 kids was a lot for our staff and equipment. Looking at it, we only have so many cameras and stuff like that, so we had to get a little creative as far as how we did our breakout sessions and everything like that, and really move some things around. But it was, again, just in my mind, very successful. We had all these kids come here. I'm going to show you a short video of our camp just to get an idea of what it was. But each one at the end of the day, if they were just placating to me, said they're coming back next year, which is great. I'll take it. So, but here's a video we did for our summer media camp just to get an idea of what we had going on.
3, 2, 1. This is Independence Television. It's raining pretty hard out there today. We're expecting a hurricane in about 10 to 12 minutes. Stay inside, please, and enjoy your couple of days in the hurricane. You like this summer camp so far? This camp is fun so far. It is. I will never be. I'm here waiting for my help.
Like I said, it was short and sweet. You'll kind of notice that one kid did bring a suit. He was a returning camper. He said that the camp shirt was nice, but he wanted to make sure he looked professional when he did his news report. So he brought it each day of camp, every day, to make sure he was looking pretty sharp for his on camera.
Did he wear it, or did he change into it?
He changed into it. So he brought it in a bag each day. So
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it was really, like I said, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of work by our staff. We had a lot of people pitching in, not only to do camp, but we also had a lot of events going on at the same time. So our staff kind of, I can't say enough about all the work they did that week to not only make sure that this went off successfully, but that our coverage of everything didn't miss a beat as well. So another great successful media camp for us this past year. From the public side, we had a busy public schedule. I kind of touched base on this a little bit here. We changed something up from a coverage standpoint of what we normally did with our concerts in the parks with the Chamber of Commerce. This year we had multiple staff members record the concerts each week and then put out a production the following week of the whole concert. So if you missed it, you could watch it online afterwards. We didn't live stream it at all because we didn't want to in Depot Park, but also didn't want to kind of fight with any blocks or anything like that. But from what we did see, Jeannie, who's running our meeting tonight, our college intern Owen and Ben, along with Michael as well, they all, as a group, covered all 6 weeks of these concerts. Did a 2-camera setup, worked at plugging in audio with the audio master that was on location for the bands and everything like that. It seemed like it was a nice summer program for us. It was great content throughout. not only online, but we also could use it as appointment viewing on cable. It was just a neat way to kind of look at this event that we typically do during the summertime and give it a different spin this year. So was really happy to see that series take off. And like I said, the staff that were involved really put a lot of effort into each production. They cared quite a bit about what each one looked and sounded like, which was great to see. The bands appreciated it as well. We got contact from the bands that were a part of it and were appreciative of us taking the time to do something like that. So as you can see it down at the bottom there, each one's nearing about 100 views right now each week, which is kind of good. I feel like for a newer type series for us. Other events that we have been doing, we still have our studio show Inside Independence, Connected Clarkston. They took the summer off, which is fine with us. We did have Michael Rosenkrantz. He did assist them with a few live shoots. So we still did have staff on hand to kind of help them out when they had some different things pop up. But they'll be returning to our studios starting next week with their, I think, a new season of guests. So they've already got some people lined up to continue going on with that. Below as well, there's some other events that we've been doing. A lot of chamber parks events that we always do annually throughout the summertime. We did a new one. Leanna's not here, but her organization, Clarkston Arts, did Busk Fest in downtown Clarkston this past year. And Ben and myself kind of teamed up to do a video there. It was a nice new event for us to kind of get out and do. So a lot of different stuff that kind of kept us busy from our general, usual summertime stuff, but we had a lot of new stuff that kind of popped in for us as well. I'm going to talk about Independence Fest quickly because that was another big day for our staff. I told you about the parade, but that was June 29th. That was the day or two that we got back from the conference, so vacation was kind of short-lived as we kind of all jumped back in to cover these multiple events from June 29th to July 4th. Standard that we did, standard coverage with the Veterans Ceremony, fireworks, a in-depth coverage of Independence Fest with Ben and Michael, and then we did the parade on the 4th. All videos were published either the same day or, in case of the fireworks, the day after, so that people could watch them and promote the events going on. The live parade had 484 views. We did do another video. We popped it up that we put up some more lower thirds and stuff like that from the parade, and that got an additional 278, which was pretty nice for the parade comparative. So we did have live lower thirds as well for our live production, which was great, but it changes like during the day, so there was some that we didn't get up there that we went back in afterwards and put up. So but I will say it was a hot day, the July 4th. We had staff that were not feeling well, battling heat exhaustion, still were able to get out there and make it, like I said, probably the most successful parade from a live standpoint that we've done in that location since I've been here. So extremely proud of everyone that pitched in to help out with that day. And I'll touch base a little bit here on education, then I'll throw it to Matt. But speaking of June 29th, not only did we do the Independence Fest that day, but we were also, our staff split and we helped provide a private stream for the Dan Fife Memorial that was happening at the high school that day. It was a private stream that was used for the family that day. Again, we had staff doing double duties at Independence Fest, coming over to the school to help out, broadcast that out live. To do a kind of a short sports analogy, this is the stuff that's not going to show up in the stat sheet at the end of the day, but they did an incredible job to provide a service for this specific event. Nobody's going to potentially ever see the video, but we were able to provide a great service for the community that day. We had staff members leaving their jobs early to get to our studios to help out. We had staff members doing double duties at Independence Fest, and Matt came in to help out as well during his break and everything. So it was a big day for us to do this, and it was a long day. And not saying that to get pats on the back, but I think that's the stuff that nobody sees that you as a board should be aware of, that the staff really did put in a great effort on June 29th to not only serve the community through Independence Fest, but through the memorial as well at the school. We also had the big graduations as well that also happened. and I'll feed it to Matt here. But one of the cool things that I saw was our feed on cable was being used in the backstage area to kind of watch the ceremony and see where it was at. So other people could walk out up on the stage and everything like that. So the people that were back there were really appreciative, and to be honest, it was kind of neat to see people watching it on TV as it was going live. But it was also great for Matt and I to run back there and check it, just make sure everything's looking good and sounding good. So graduation was successful, but like I said, I'll throw it over to Matt to talk more about the end of the year and the start of the year.
Sure. End of the year is always our busy time. As John said, we have the Clarkston graduation, we have Renaissance graduation. I think it's the Youth Area Awards comes into play at the end there. Whole bunch of stuff at the end. Summer hits. John touched upon all the cool things that the gang did at camp and all that kind of stuff. Kind of shifting to the beginning of the year. Obviously, we're only a couple weeks in so far, and our first week was a little different because of the power outages and whatnot. But overall, looks like a pretty strong group of kids. I'd say both Clarkston and Renaissance this year overall. My advanced class is kind of small, so that's making sports a little challenging, but I've been fortunate that I've had some kids in my intro class help out, and some kids from previous years even volunteer to come help out on sporting events. We've done football, we've done, I think it was boys soccer, and just last night we did girls volleyball. And of course, next week we're gearing up for homecoming, where we got Tuesday Powder Puff, Wednesday we're helping with movie on the baseball field, the movie night. Thursday is pep assembly during the school day, and then Friday is, of course, the homecoming football game. So next week will be a long one, but we'll get through it. Aside from that, looking into some field trips in the works, nothing definitive yet, still kind of figuring out the busing and pricing and all that stuff. But yeah, so far, solid start to the school year, and we'll be busy next week.
Awesome. Any questions for Mr. Blow or Mr. Elke?
Excellent.
Sounds like you've been quite busy. Thanks for the exhaustive update. It's
no
awesome
problem. I
to
still
see.
have more too, if you want. Real quick, government side, Clerks video published in August on the department videos that we're doing, nearing 100 views, which is really great. We started our next one with the building department. We've shot B-roll today and have interviews next week. We have a PSA coming out next week as well with the clerks department about early voting. So kind of watch for that, which will be kind of nice. We also assisted with the City Hall selfie project for Independence Township and the Shiawassee River Restoration Project with Springfield Township. That video should be publishing shortly. We're just waiting on last final approvals, but it should be ready to go here pretty soon. Social media, again, run through real quickly. As you'll kind of see, Facebook, Instagram, big increases since April 25th and increased content interaction on both platforms. We've been trying to do some different promotive styles with Michael Rosenkrantz for live events and Connecting Clarkston, partnering with them to do some cross-promotion as well, and it seems to have been working out. ITV's page, one of the YouTube pages that we managed, has gained 145 subscribers since April 25th, our last meeting. We had 2 Meet the Candidate videos, which each saw over 600 views on that page. Quickly, what's coming up next, Matt kind of touched on it. We got homecoming week. We're going to be busy, and then right at the end of that week, we have Taste of Clarkston that Sunday. And then October 13th, we have an Understanding Clarkston Historic District program that we're going to be recording at the library. So any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
I have one.
Yeah.
So I noticed in your report you talked about, and you mentioned the clerks video,
Yes.
clerks office video, and I looked for it first on the ITV YouTube page and couldn't find it. I did find it on the Facebook page, and I was wondering if there's a reason why it didn't show up on YouTube.
Yep, so it is actually on Independence Township's YouTube page, the government page. So that's one of the pages that we managed along with ITV's. But since it was specifically government related, it's similar to our sports. Our sports are all on the Clarkston Community Schools YouTube page. But since this was so government focused, we put it on the Independence Township's YouTube page. And that's there with a few other promotional videos that we've done with them.
All right. Okay. All right. Thanks.
No problem.
One other thing I guess I'll add, since we filmed a lot of it today, we're working on the, I'm going to get the phrasing wrong, Steve, the non-homecoming homestead millage renewal.
There you go.
Okay, heard it enough. But
You probably heard it 45 times today.
Kelly over here at the board office and I coordinated. We had a bunch of people come in the studio today, and Sean Ryan the other day. Put a little informational video, since that's kind of coming up in the near future, just so everyone knows what's going on and hopefully gets out and votes.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of important things on the November ballot. And you can vote early and preferably just once, but anytime between the end of the month and November 4th. Awesome. Every time you do an update, I feel like, okay, we've done everything we can do here, and somehow you find more things to do every time. So I think that's awesome to hear about everything that we have going on at every time we have one of these meetings. It certainly makes the policy and budget and bylaw parts of our meeting a little more palatable when you see what the actual effects of our collaboration here are. So thanks for that, and continue to push the envelope and continue to do more. Very good. Item G on the agenda is public comment. Do we have any members of the audience tonight who would like to address the board? Just wait a second to see if anybody gets up.
A little thin out there.
Seeing none, item H is board member comments. Any comments from board members?
I just have a few real quickly. Just wanted to give you a heads up. There is no update right now on the legislative bill that we've been waiting on since April. At this time, it appears that it might die at the end of the year, which is good. Negative news is that we won't be able to add any municipal or community-friendly language to kind of move that forward as far as what video service providers look like. So just wanted to give an update that there is no update at this time. We are receiving monthly updates through the Michigan Community Media Association, just kind of letting us know if anything has changed or if there's anything that we need to do. But at this time, there is nothing. I also wanted to let the board know that we did receive some other good news as well through the Philo Fest that we entered. We were nominated for a finalist or runner-up for Station of the Year again for 2023 through this organization. We also received some individual awards for some videos that were created, particularly Michael Rosenkrantz, the lacrosse documentary he did as a student for us, took first place for student production for sports documentary. Our high school football preview video also was recognized, and then our special announcement that we did with the township for the 4-day work week that we did in the studio was recognized as well. So some more accolades coming our way for 2023. We continue to make that a banner year. It's the 10-year anniversary for Independence Television, and to be recognized in so many different organizations and awards has been kind of fun to see. So just some more great news coming our way. Just want to make you guys all aware. So that's all I have at this time.
That's awesome. Anybody else? Very good. Item I, final item is adjournment. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion to adjourn.
Support.
All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Anybody opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
On the awards photo,
Yes.
Matt